I've been in Istanbul for several days now following my Jordan and Iraq tours. I've been staying in an Airbnb, quite a nice little place. Let's head out though, go for a walk. Quite windy, cold. But yeah, typical for winter and this time of year. So let's head on down towards the waterfront and I'll show you around a little bit. So this area where I'm walking now is called Canggu, and it's used to be heavily populated with expats. But Erdogan, or the government generally, changed the rules recently, and now ikamet, which is the residence permit, is very fussy about where, as a foreigner, you can live in Istanbul, because there were just too many foreigners moving here. So, and they're all congregating in the same suburb or neighborhood. So they've stopped issuing ikamets for this part of town, and therefore it has allowed Turks to move back to the area and less expats to live in this area. It's got a lot of boutique and quaint little alternative stores, and still gets lots of tourists though. But definitely I noticed the reduction in the number of expats living here in Canggu. And of course now, as I come out, it's just started raining, which is very unfortunate, but it was forecast to rain today, so not surprising really. It's quite cold, the wind's cold. The wind chill is about 5 degrees and the actual temperature is about 12. We're going to head down here, which is to the Tophane tramway, and then we'll make our way to a place called Karaköy. And Karaköy has a lot of restaurants and it's got a quite funky feel to it. It's definitely a nice suburb, but not many tourists actually visit Karaköy, which is surprising. I guess there are just so many places to visit here in Istanbul that you just don't get to them all. There are a number that are highly rated, like Galata and Taksim, Sultanahmet, and then there are others which are not so highly rated. And then there are others that, you know, if you've just got a short amount of time in the city, you're probably not going to hit those places. So we can see the Bosphorus over there, straight ahead.
Abi Allah razı olsun. Bir eve gitmem lazım.
And we'll walk down the street here. Now I know Istanbul really well, like really well. I'm almost like a local, especially in this part of town. And I really enjoy this city. It's got great food, it's got great sights, and overall the Turkish people are very amicable. I can speak a little bit of Turkish, so that helps. But it's not necessary to come here to speak any. Enough people speak English. Now we can walk, because it's not far down the road here. But I'm actually going to take the tram to save a bit of time, because there's a good chance the rain will start proper soon and I don't fancy getting wet. So I'm going to try my credit card, because I've heard that you can use a credit card now to enter the metro and the tramway stations here in Istanbul. So I'm going to give it a go and see if it's true. You got no money?
No money, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so that did indeed work. So you can use your credit card to enter. I did see though that it cost me 30 Yatali, and if you use the Istanbul card, it only costs 20. So an extra 50% to use your own credit card. So I don't really recommend doing that if you plan to take the tram or the metro too often. So yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, being so much more expensive. But I'm here, I'm on the platform now, and we'll make our way down to Karaköy. So these go every 15 minutes or less, sometimes every 7. So definitely if you're a tourist here in Istanbul, I recommend that you use the tramway and the metro system as much as you can. It's the best way to get around the city, and it's frequent, and they run from about 6 in the morning to midnight. Unfortunately not 24 hours. It should be 24 hours for a city this size, but it's not. So get a hotel that's on the tram line or on the metro line, and that way you'll be able to get to most of the access points in the city that are beneficial for tourists without spending a lot, without using the taxis. And by the way, it also runs out to the airport. And here we have it. So this one will take us down the Galata bridge and to the stop better known Karaköy. So the trams are clean, comfortable, and quite warm. So good in winter. This one's not too crowded at this time of day because it's about midday. If you get on it at peak time, it can be absolutely packed. Coming to the Karaköy stop now, and this is where you can walk across the bridge to Sakeci, Sultanahmet, not far away, and also Eminönü, which is the market area. That's Galata Bridge. Across to the other side, that is not Asia over there, that is still Europe over there. So we'll jump off here and go and find something to eat, eh? And let's just go and look at the waterfront here first for a second before we head down into the back streets of Karaköy. Istanbul, what an amazing city, eh? It's an incredible city. Definitely never get bored here. In my 4 years living here, I was never bored. There's always something to do. Unfortunately now though, the economy has kind of ruined it a bit because everything is pretty expensive. For example, that tram I just took used to be only 3 lira. Now with the Istanbul card it's 20. And with my credit card, like I just showed you, it's 30, so it's not cheap. So under Galata Bridge here we have a lot of seafood restaurants. Fish, 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 fish. It's all fish. So if you don't like fish, you're not going to eat there. So I don't eat there. It's also pretty overpriced. Food kind of ordinary. Across the other side we have several mosques, including Süleymaniye Mosque, Fatih Mosque, and over here we can see one of the steeples from Topkapi Palace. And this here is Hagia Sophia, or Hagia Sophia in Turkish. and let's go back into the streets of Karaköy. So it's all very Instagrammable, as you can see. Nice little umbrellas for your photo shoot. Very cool old posters of concerts. Oh my god. Nice. Very good. So it's pretty touristy back here. Got your typical Turkish souvenir kind of stores. We've got some trekking and outdoor wear stores, shoe shops, and very touristy, more umbrellas. So they're really trying to make the place look good, personable, and I think it's working. Karaköy has changed a lot. This used to be part of the red light district years ago, and it was a pretty wild place, but it's toned down a heap now, and it's quite touristy, although mostly first time tourists don't get this far, but locals like to come here, as do expats. Alright, so quite a upmarket looking area here. Certainly dressed up a bit better than some other parts of Istanbul. And here we have Namligurma, which is a very fancy and quite expensive breakfast shop.
Hi
Here.
from Istanbul.
Thank you. But I do recommend, if you've got some money to splash out, that you go for breakfast there. The kahvaltı, which is Turkish breakfast, is really good. So more construction and refurbishment going on there. Fish wraps. They like their fish in this part of town. So this back here is one of the more touristy shopping, eating streets. Looks like there's a fair bit of construction going on back here too. Alright, and here we go. We've got Galata Simiti, which is a shop that bakes its own simits, which is the beautiful kind of bagel-like bread they have here in Turkey. And here we have fruit shop and potatoes, baked potatoes with toppings. Eminönü. So I guess the owner originally came from Izmir. He's got media there, which is mussels, and here we've got a heap of fish. They do like their fish, eh? As you know though, I'm not a fan of fish, so I won't be stopping there. So this is what a Turkish breakfast looks like. So it can be quite a spread. So definitely something easier to enjoy with a couple of people than by yourself. Here we go, we've got mulled wine because it's rather wintry, and a menu there, Çezmoy. Most places are doing the same kind of food from what I can see. This again is like a Turkish breakfast. We have menemen there, sucuk. It's a burger place. Gülüvalu, which is a dessert shop. Lots of baklava in there. cats of Istanbul. Beautiful. And the ubiquitous Starbucks. There's plenty of Starbucks in this city too. So there, we've just walked the street here that's famous for its eateries and whatnot. Now it is kind of early, it's only around 12, so usually this kind of place gets busy later in the day. So let's head out towards the main road. Kofta place, Karaköy, and decide what we'll do next, because none of those places really caught my eye for something to eat, and I've only got a couple more days here, so I don't want to waste it eating something I don't really want to eat. So I think I might have to take you back on the tramway, and we'll head on over to Szekely, one of my favorite suburbs in all the city. Now, to be fair, these places are usually a lot busier in the afternoon and evening. It's definitely a place to come and drink and eat in the evening. So I'm a bit early, but there is a lot of potential here if you want to come and hang out somewhere a bit cheaper than Taksim to have some beers and some food. Definitely better value down here. Another restaurant, just a few inside, nothing much. So I'm back here at the tramway. I'm going to use my Istanbul card this time to see if it gives me a discount, because I'm kind of continuing my journey. No, it didn't. So it charged me the full price. So that was 20 Yatali. So 20 lira. So 20 for your Istanbul card and 30 for your credit card. And even though I'm continuing in the same direction within a certain amount of time, I guess maybe the time frame wasn't enough to continue my journey. But anyway, let's continue and admire this beautiful city as we cross the bridge. And here we come again. Let's see if we're as lucky with this carriage. Yeah, it's not too bad, not too full. Good.
No.
And we're in. So it's only 2 stops. First stop is Eminönü, and then Szekely is the one after. So we're crossing the Bosphorus here. And easy as. We're off. Now if we have a look over there, whoops, can't quite see it here. Let's jump down. I'll get out the way. Alright, so here in Szekely we have Istanbul train station, Istanbul Gar. That's the train station if you want to go by train into city. We also have the Marmara Szekely metro line, which goes under the ocean in a tunnel. So and this is Szekely, that's the station there. To make sure I don't get run over here. Comes a bus. Which way is he going? And here's one of the most famous sweet shops, dessert shops in all of Istanbul, Mustafa, Hafız Mustafa. Got branches everywhere. Really great baklava, probably the best baklava in the whole city. And if we walk straight up the road here from the tram station, we come to a shop that sells my favorite meal in all of Istanbul, in all of Turkey, Iskender. Iskender is the number one meal, and if I were to choose a national dish for Turkey, that's what it would be. Famous all over the country, but particularly famous in Bursa. Now Sirkeci is my favourite place to stay in all the city because it's got great transport connections with the ferry, the metro and the tramway. It's also got Eminönü is just down there, and it's great market shopping. It's got excellent food and shopping right here. It's got the best pharmacy in all Istanbul. This one. They actually sell some things they shouldn't. So that's handy if you've got a bad stomach or you're not feeling the best. But here is my favorite restaurant in the whole country, Doneci Jalal Usta. And they do a fantastic Iskender. So let's go in and have lunch/dinner. I only eat twice a day, breakfast and then a lunch/dinner. Looks like the Lokanta is doing well over there. Very busy with workmen, so it's probably quite cheap, that one. Yeah guys, I've still got a sore throat. Well, it's not really sore, it's just croaky. I don't really have a cold at all, just a croaky throat, for heaven's sakes. Where does that come from? Anyway, let's go in. So well guys, what does my lunch look like? It looks like this. Quite the lunch, eh? So we've got doner here in tomato sauce on a layer of bread, which is what Iskender is. It also comes with some yogurt on the side, some tomato, a bit of chili, some chips, some salads, some pickles. And that's your typical Iskender meal. Now that's massive. I'm not sure if they've brought me a large one here, which I didn't want. But anyway, let's hook in and see how we go. I know it's delicious because I've eaten here many times before. Well guys, I did a pretty good job of that. Definitely heart attack food. Couldn't eat all the bread, but ate some of the salad, the chips, some of the pickles. We'll see about getting a chai and then we'll get going. I'll let you know how much this is as I head out. Çok pahalı. Çok pahalı. That was 528 lira, which was about 26 Australian dollars, can you believe it? Or 15 US dollars. Outrageous. Turkey, çok pahalı. So expensive these days. You really need to increase your budget if you plan to come to Turkey, guys, especially Istanbul. It's not a cheap destination at all. Alright, let's walk back down to the waterfront, down the end of the street here, and head back up to Taksim and home. Well, it was raining pretty heavily as I came back here to the funicular, which is the tunnel here in Istanbul. And I just paid to get through here, which cost me another 10, and it's gonna take us up to Taksim, up to Beyoğlu. So we can see it arriving now, very slowly. Taking its good old time. It's nice and slow to come in. It doesn't go this slow the whole way, thankfully. Alright, and it opens on this side for us to get in and opens on the other side for others to get off. So it's kind of economical like that. And about 5 minutes later, we're at the top of the hill. So that certainly saved quite a walk. It looks like it's raining properly now, which is terrible because I'm going to get soaked. Shit. And I only have this pair of shoes. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. It did say it was going to rain. Damn. See if I can get over here. Eskici Ferry. Off here. You wouldn't think it's only like 2 in the afternoon, would you? Looks more like 6. Well guys, I've just turned up the alleyway towards Cihangir to head home because the weather sure put a dampener on the rest of the afternoon and the final part of this vlog. So I'm heading home. Yeah. And gotta dry these clothes off. And settling in now. So you had that big storm and now it's just settling in for, I think, constant rain for the rest of the day, so I won't be coming out again. But let's hope I can get home without my shoes getting totally soaked, because they're the only shoes I've got and that will not be good. Damn it. Alright guys, I just ran in here to get a bit of pizza because I'm not going out again once I head home now. But this guy's got some decent pizza here. Had it here before. Quite good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Not the cheapest pizza getting around, but it's good, so that's important. Alright, let's get back out in the wet and get home. Bloody hell. The pizza looks good. So if you're looking for a pizza place, this is Pizza Vegas, right?
Yes.
Pizza Vegas. Come down here in Cihangir to Pizza Vegas. Look at the bloody road, it's flooded. Jesus Christ. How am I going to get home? Allah. Oh my God. Bloody hell. No fun. No fun, and I got soaked shoes. And we want to go around the corner here. Come on. These roads can be super slippery when they're wet too. So be careful. Hopefully no car comes behind me. Bloody hell. Have to get across the other side somehow. That is super deep. And we gotta get down there. Oh dear. The torrent. Oh my God. Ah, fuck. Now both shoes are absolutely safe. For fuck's sake. Jacket's soaked, shirt's soaked, pants are soaked, and I gotta move out tomorrow. Oh dear. It was more like a summer storm than a winter one, that's for sure. Oh dear. Alright guys, I'm turning this off. There's a poor cat usually in there. Hope he's okay. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm almost home, look at this. I'll catch you in the next one. My girl's on the loose. Oh my God, could do with being a bit less loose. Here's a poor woman coming upstream. Thank God I'm just about home.